Hello guys, welcome back to Stack Over Chai. This is day 19 of the 100 days interview question challenge. Let's go. Today's question is, how do components communicate in Angular? In Angular, components communicate in several ways depending on their relationship. Let's break it down step by step. First, parent-to-child communication using @input. Data from a parent component can be passed to a child component using the @input decorator. Let's discuss some key points. 1. Decorator usage. The @input decorator must be applied to a property in the child component to make it receivable from the parent. 2. Data binding. Use property binding in the parent template with square brackets to pass the value to the child. 3. Dynamic updates. If the value in the parent changes, the child automatically receives the updated value, making it reactive. 4. Type safety. You can define a type for the @input property to ensure correct data is passed, e.g., @input child message : string winking face. Now let's understand this example of parent-to-child communication using the @input decorator. In the child component, is ready to receive data from its parent through the property child message. Here, the parent component passes the value of person.name to the child. The square brackets represent property binding, which connects the parent's data to the child's input property. So whenever the person.name value changes in the parent, the child component automatically receives the updated data through child message. In short, @input allows smooth data flow from parent to child, helping components stay connected and dynamic. Second, child-to-parent communication. Using @output and event emitter, data from a child component can be sent to a parent component using @output and event emitter. Let's discuss key points. 1. The @output decorator allows the child to emit custom events to the parent. 2. The parent component listens to these events using event binding syntax, event name equal to handler event. 3. This technique is used when the child wants to send data back or notify the parent about some action, like a button click or form submission. Now let's look at an example of child-to-parent communication in Angular. In the child component, we first use the @output decorator to create an event emitter. Here, the child component defines an event named child-to-parent. Whenever the method send to parent is called, it emits a value, in this case, the variable name. Now in the parent component, we can listen to this event like this. Here, the parent component uses event binding, child-to-parent, equal to, child-to-parent, $event. This means that whenever the child emits data, the parent component receives it as an event and can handle it through the child-to-parent method. So in short, the child component sends data using @output and event emitter, and the parent component listens and handles that data through event binding. Third and last, sharing data between unrelated components. When two components are not directly related, we can use Angular services to share data. Here's how it works step by step. 1. Create a service with the shared data. 2. Inject the service into both components. 3. Components can now read and update the shared data through the service. In short, services are the standard way in Angular to manage communication and data sharing between unrelated components. In short, here's an easy way to remember component communication in Angular. 1. Parent to child, use the @input decorator. 2. Child to parent, use the @output decorator along with event emitter. 3. Unrelated components, use Angular services to share data. Remember, component communication is what makes Angular applications dynamic, interactive, and well-structured. That's it for today. Follow for day 20, where we'll cover another important Angular interview question. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Stack Over Chai. And also, comment below which question you want me to cover next. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.